Hello and welcome to another series of Heal with the Real. And I started Heal with the Real because I'm passionate about making a difference for survivors and really highlighted stories from survival to thrive there. And my guest today is Lyndsey Austin. Now, Lyndsey came on my podcast, God, how many years ago was it now, Lyndsey?
I was thinking earlier, wasn't it about 3 years ago? I'm sure it
It
was. Was it
it
3 years ago?
probably was. It probably was. And an amazing story Lyndsey has. I've read her book, Flight of a Butterfly. So if you get a chance, go get the book because it is just an incredible story of honesty, taking off that mask. This is me. And I love that for you. And my story, Fix Your Future, was very, very similar journey, through addiction, through narcissistic relationships, through domestic abuse, such similar stories. And I think that's why I resonated with you so deeply on so many levels. But yeah, welcome, Lyndsey.
Thank you for having me again. This is like the third time. 'Cause we did a before I came to Dubai. We did an Instagram live, didn't we? A recording.
We did, because I just wanted to say my farewell and wish you all the best on the journey. And, we keep connecting and just staying in touch just to find out. And I've been watching your journey. Do you want to say a little bit about, so we, just up till well, basically when we last
Yeah.
met, where you were at, what you were doing.
Yeah, so I think I was literally about a week before I was going, wasn't I? I was all excited to come to Dubai. And for me, at the time, it was I just wanted a whole change of something different. And when I look back at it now, man, I'm thinking like, was it just like I wanted to like come to a midlife crisis? Don't know. But I think when we go through things that we've been through, like I mean, we have this thing of just taking that leap of faith and having that trust and wanting something different and evolving. So off Pats went, I'm here still now, as you know, in Dubai, and started the real estate journey. And as I said, lost my whole identity. And it's crazy that the age that I was at 50, that I felt that way. And going through that place of darkness and the dark emotions of everything, and it's kind of like bringing, when I say kind of, it is bringing yourself back to self. Like, I totally believe I was here, put in Dubai to go for that for a reason, to evolve more into myself, to get where I am now, to kind of learn more about myself. Like I said to you, I was at the UK, I was running around my house, I wanted more for me, but I came here and did that, but it wasn't for me. But 6 months of it, I don't regret the experience because I learned so much about myself and other people and understanding how other people work and how I reacted with other people, how they were with me, just being a number in that industry. And that's how it is. They say it's a dog eat dog world in the real estate business in Dubai. That's not a lie. So if anyone who's watching this is thinking, it's all roses and it's all easy peasy, it's not. It's not. You've got to have, I would say, money definitely behind you, a good mindset, which I have, but surround yourself with great people and have the right company, because they sell you the dream. Certain companies will sell you the dream. That's why there's somebody was saying to me, there's 80,000 real estate people in Dubai, but I'm not going to say don't come and do it. But if you're going to come and do it with the people that got, integrity and they, kind and supportive to you. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And find
yeah,
that company before you come. And like you said, I was watching a friend of mine's podcast a few months ago. Make sure you've got the rent behind you. I'd say at least 6 months rent, money for your car, because you will be sold the dream and you will go down that rabbit hole. And again, it's getting the right areas that you need, you know. But
when
again,
oh, sorry, go on.
no, you carry on. It's fine.
When you first decided to go,
Mhm.
What was it that attracted you to Dubai?
Right, well, I've been coming to Dubai. I was speaking to my son about this actually the other day. We've been coming here for 17 years. I was actually going to buy an apartment on the Palm. 2007, 2008. I was with my son's dad at the time. And he was like, no, 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 Lindsay, don't buy it. Anyway, I didn't buy it. Shit, I wish I did, because it would be worth millions now. And this is, I've been to Dubai, well, because I live here now, 9 times it was before over the years. So I knew here, I felt, a thing for Dubai. It's the most place I've ever been in the world, and I love the culture. For me, like, there was 100, I think it's 133 nationalities here in Dubai. I've got this real thing about culture. I love listening to different languages, different, like how their human needs are, and their culture and the religions and all the different things. So that's what brought me to Dubai. And like I said, it was the closest to home that I would ever been, you know. So yeah,
Yeah. Okay. And so when you're packing up all your stuff,
yeah,
and I believe you rent your house out now, so you've still got that to fall back on.
yeah. My daughter's having it actually in a few months, so yay!
Oh, amazing. So you've got somebody that you know in there. Because I was just going to ask about that, because that's sometimes a bit nerve-wracking, isn't it? Renting your house out to somebody that you don't know. You've heard, oh, I've heard, horror stories of getting the wrong tenants in and, them wrecking your house.
Yeah.
How's that gone?
So you know me and my stories, Amanda. So anyway, the guy that's there, great guy. It was so funny. I've got to share this with you. So we've I've gone back now in May, and spoke to the estate agent. They were like, yeah, you picture somebody in your house as a moaner, don't you? Because he was whinging a bit at first, but he was whinging when I spoke to him, because again, estate agent, the middleman, wasn't telling him, wasn't passing, the messages were getting mixed up, because obviously they've got a lot to deal with. So as I've knocked on the door now, me and my daughter joke about it, he's opened the door and he was like, I was like, oh my gosh, you were so handsome. Really nice, good looking guy, rugby player, works for Network Rail, but a really nice guy. And same age as my daughter as well. So we had a bit of a laugh. I said, don't you, because I've got the big roll top bath. I said, don't you use the bath, Aaron? Because it was really nice. He said, I'm a bit big to get in there. And I was like, oh, right, okay. And I said, oh, it's nice and clean in here. Did your girlfriend clean it? Because I just fell out, because I've got someone for you. Having a laugh with him on about my daughter. When I showed her the picture, on the WhatsApp, my daughter was like, oh my gosh, and she was showing her friends. That was the banter.
Nice.
So he's a nice guy that's in there, which I'm very lucky to have.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
I've just had to let him know actually that obviously your kids come first, and like my Shannon's got to move out of where she is. So, and it'd be lovely, because where my daughter is, she lives in a masonette above a shop. So she hasn't got a garden for the kids. So now,
Nice.
yeah.
Nice. So you've rented your house. What was that feel like? Let's talk about how we push through that fear, because I guess that you've had to do this a number of times whilst you've done that move to Dubai. But that initial, when you were going, what was that like? Because, I guess
Mm.
leaving your granddaughters and your children behind, that must have been heart-wrenching. I know that for me, that would have been a really hard thing.
Yeah, I mean, I talk about myself doing real estate, but honest to God, that was one of the darkest things, like, place I'd ever gone to. I miss them. I'm not joking, to me. I cried every single day, like pined, like, and I was thinking, have I done the right thing? Because I've always lived in Coventry. I've never, so to jump on the plane and go to Dubai, never no move up the road. It was like I just took that massive woof, gone. And did I have regrets? I did have regrets when I was doing the real estate, like if I've done the right thing, especially like I said, like when I was struggling financially, like I said to you, made a tin of tuna last me 3 days with pasta. That was like when I told my son and my kids, they were like, Mom. And I said, but you know what? I'm staying here now because I've got to be resilient. I'm a resilient person, and I'm doing this for myself. I'm doing this for us. You know, it's that reason. And so I just had that mindset, and thank gosh for FaceTime we use an app called Chimera, so thank gosh for that. But honestly, it was hard. And I would say for the first 3, 4 months, really hard. My son came out here for Christmas, so that was a help. So
Nice.
yeah, but how would I, if I was to put it in a few words, I would say you've got strength and faith, like strength and faith. I thought, okay, I've come this far and I've come this far in my life. And people would say to you, oh, why don't you just come back? It's all right, come back. But to take that big step anyway, I'm not that kind of person, Amanda, to go back. It's like, why am I going forward to go back? I don't do that in life.
Yeah.
It's like Robin says, what is it? When you get married, just burn the boats.
Yeah.
Don't you? Just burn the
No.
boats, sit on it and just burn the boats around you. That way you can't, you've got to stay where you are because you're here to evolve and move on in things that you want in your life.
Sure.
I've
And
gone
when
back,
you're in that dark place, Lyndsey, what were the things that helped you get out of that?
talking kind to myself, meditating, listening to meditating music, going for walks, breath work is so important, just sitting breathing into things and keeping out my head. Like, we ruminate, we start creating all these stories. I remember that, oh my god, some Sundays, Amanda, I never forget, I would be cooking my dinner and I would be like crying, like literally like retching, like so upset, like what have I done? And even saying it to myself, what have you done? What have you done? And then I'd be like, just sit with it, Linz. Come on, sit with it, sit and eat. And then your left shoulder's on with your right shoulder, like, what have I done? And you go into the office and the people are there looking at you like no support. Like, well, sorry. I took a week off sick because I just had enough. It was like, you need to buy your sick note. I thought for a job that I've not even been paid for. And that was it. And I thought, you know what, I'm just done. And I just went in the office and said, I'm done. And that was then. I had to stay here for a month because got a flight booked to go home in the May. And my daughter had booked for me because I'd run out of money. It was like, wow, I've got to 50 years of age and this shit is happening. So that's like demoralizing. It's like
Yeah.
back to shit. Like it's like if I come in,
Yeah.
I'm looking at myself again when I was like 20. But I thought, you know what, no, because what I'm showing is my kids' resilience. I'm showing my grandkids' resilience that we can do this. I can do this. So yeah, then I stayed here for months and I just kind of looked for work as I was here because they cancelled my visa. I couldn't apply. So I used it for networking around the gyms, building rapport with other people, messaging people, showing up. And that takes big balls in a country,
Yeah.
where you don't know anybody, just to get yourself out there and be like, hi,
Amazing.
yeah, go to gym classes and say, hi, can I team teach on the stage with you? And people are like, oh, right, okay, and just doing it. Yeah. Yeah.
Nice. And I think that is important, isn't it? Your network is your net worth. And I learned that very early on, that getting out and meeting other entrepreneurs, just talking, finding out, networking, all the people that come to anything that I deliver are all people that I've gone and networked with or met, through. So it's who, like, and know, isn't it? Those people then begin to like you, know you, trust you. Yeah, networking is so important, and just finding the right tribe. So well done you for going out there and doing it.
Yeah. And I literally came home for 2 weeks, got my visa and came back. And I've been here now since May the 15th. And it's only now coming into September that I've finally found my feet and got classes. And I've just signed a contract with, as I said, with all the events and to do some one-to-one coaching and mindset reset stuff. And even when I had a conversation with her, she was like, oh my gosh, Lyndsey. She was so like us, Amanda. It's like you find your tribe, but your tribe are you. Isn't it? It's like,
Yeah.
the people you pick out are people who you resonate with and they're sent to you and you evolve with it in the conversations. And she was like, you need to be on the radio out here. You need to be speaking. What I'm going to get you doing it. And this was like having an hour and a half conversation with her on the phone. And then her story was similar to mine. And yeah, so.
Nice. And that's probably why you did resonate so much with each other. It's lovely, is that? I love that. And I'm so pleased that now you've found, your calling again, and beginning to find more and more people that are like-minded. Just going back to the first housing real estate place that you work for.
Yeah.
Do you think a lot of that then requires training in these places around having more support for their employees?
Right. This is exactly what I said when I was at the company, because we did like the training, we sit down, there was like, what did you do before? So I told them what I do. And as I was speaking, the woman was like, well, if anyone's got any problems, then you can go to Lyndsey. I was like, oh, right, okay. And as the time went on, I was like, there's no moral support. When I actually left there, I said to the guy, there's no personal development in here. I'm very surprised, okay, that no one's taught themselves. And that's the truth, because the mental health side of it, the drainingness, how you've got to be in the office at 8:30 in the morning, you can't leave there till 5. And if you haven't got, it's like you trained and they just leave you to it. You're just a number. And you'll go and you'll be like, where's Sarah? Where's Sarah? Oh, she's gone. And it's like, but this girl has packed up her whole life. And this is what I said, and I left. I said, I'm not a kid. A lot of people, a lot of these people are in here are kids that they come to Dubai, the parents have got money, and they're like, yeah, go to Dubai, see if you can do the dream. They party their life, and then they go home. So I packed up my fucking house. I've left my children. I was really, Amanda, I was like filling up. And there was just,
Yeah,
I was like, do you not even know how that is and what that effect it has got? It's just so it's in me. That I've got the good head for it, that I can move through this, and I've got the tool to get myself through it, because I'm not a giver upper. I broke down every day. I even said to the guy, I've ate tuna. He was like, just looked at me as I said, but I was like, but you know what? It's shame I've got resilience, because I flip it around. And I'll hold that story. That'll be a memory to me. I will always hold that to that.
yeah.
That, because we have that, don't we? We remember certain things that will, put us to that. But I just thought, and there was just nothing. It was like, they can't. I thought, wow.
What was his response?
His response was, do you know what, Lynn? We'd always have you back because you're a really great person.
Wow, wow,
It's like, what? Yeah.
wow.
And it's like, how can you even be that way? But
Do you think it's something to do with a difference in culture? Do you think that has a huge difference? Because it's very different, isn't it? The
yeah,
culture over in Dubai.
this
Do you
was
want to
an
say, for people that wouldn't know, what are the differences?
I would say one, it was an English company anyway, so it was an English
Oh,
person.
okay. Wow. Wow.
Exactly. So I would, for me, as I said, I would go to, if I was to do that again, a smaller company, and have the support system around you. So again, make sure you've got your money for your rent and money for your food, and network, because they didn't like your network and they wanted you in the office all the time. I'm a people person. I was like sat behind this desk thinking, please just get me out of here. As I said, losing your identity, losing who you are as a person, but you don't get told that, you know.
I
Mm.
think it was God pushing you out of that because he obviously knew that it wasn't right for you and you had
Yeah.
better plans, you had bigger plans.
And I used to get this heart palpitation, like anxiety here, and I've never suffered with anxiety ever, but I used to get it. I'd be like, why have I got this butterfly? And it was like, because I'm not supposed to be energetically, I'm not supposed to be here. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
mad. I'm back now, and it's like, what I love, Amanda, now is I'm teaching dance classes to, me, I love all about empowering women and making women feel great about themselves. Because when I stand and do what I do, it's not about me, it's about them. And just to see how, the women move in the dance and just moving, even in classes that other classes that I teach, I speak to the audience. One lady I was teaching with the other week, there was 3 of us teaching. And one of them, a lady, is from another country, and she was like, what Lyndsey does, she speaks to everybody in the room. But that comes with practice, as you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
When you teach and you know the moves and you know the choreography, you know what's coming, you speak to the audience. And I can just speak, because it's the energy of the room, it's the energy of them, and it's all about empowering them. So I
It
believe
is.
here to do that, because in the UK it wasn't shifting as much, because for me it's about learning about culture, learning about other people. And Emirati women, it's amazing, man. I go in the gym, on the gyms, and they walk past and they go, hey coach Lyndsey. And I look at them and I have to look in their eyes because they've got all the get, and I'm like, hi. And then when they come in the studio, they're all in like their badass little shorts, and it's brilliant. Yeah.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. Do you know, it's funny because I delivered a vision board workshop and ice bath ceremony at the weekend. And it was the first one I did actually at my home. And I was a bit nervous about it because it's like bringing people that you don't know into your home. But actually, do you know, I put up a huge bell tent in my back garden. We got the ice bath out, had some amazing food, and we just had a wonderful day. And there was a couple of Asian ladies that came along to there, and she said, you know what, it's so beautiful to just take everything off and just be.
Just be. And that's
um
it, isn't it? Just be.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, so she said, I'm just so grateful for, she said, I love the event and I'm so grateful that we just get a chance, we don't get enough chances as women to just be.
Just
So
be.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was
And that's why
beautiful.
they say mashallah, and I say mashallah, which means you're beautiful, lovely. And oh, and
Oh, nice.
it's just amazing.
Mashallah.
Mashallah, mashallah, mashallah,
Mashallah. Oh, Michelle. Or
mashallah,
is it? Okay. Is that what they
mashallah.
call you, Michella?
No, mashallah means lovely, beautiful.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Then
Michella.
mashallah,
Nice.
and then say inshallah means in your own time, like whenever, inshallah.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yalla, I'm in a kids club through the summer as well, and because you're like yalla, yalla, that means hurry, hurry, we're doing this.
Okay. So
Yeah.
domestic abuse.
Hmm.
If is there any training over in Dubai? What is it a thing? I'm sure it is, but I'm
Yeah.
sure maybe not as much. I don't know what.
In Dubai, you can leave your phone on the side. You can leave your car running the street. You can leave the phone on the side. No, I'm not that I'm aware of, but you never know, because there's got to be, I'm not saying there's got to be, but you never know what's going on behind doors, do you, with anybody in anywhere
Yeah.
in the world, do you? But it's always what's seen, and what's seen. Again, people have this thing about Dubai is in, I thought, like when I come here in Rizza, Dubai pretentious, it's full of lip fillers, it's full of booty, false booty, and it is. You have got that side of it, but you've also got the work inside of it. People work so hard. I've noticed that people are very kind. The driving's erratic. Um, and again, have I seen anybody, if you argue on the street, they send you to prison. You send a horrible text to somebody, they send you to prison. So as the domestic side of things, Amanda, I would never ever say never, because you never know, but not from what I've seen. And I think it goes on everywhere in the world, as you know, there's always something. But no, which is
Wow.
nice.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's when
And I
you
guess the penalties are quite severe.
yeah. Oh yeah, they're very quick on, they'll send you to prison. Yeah. For fighting, for anything. They don't have any stuff like that from what I've seen and what I've heard of. Yeah. And
Nice.
it's ran, so I think it's the third top safest place in the world. Abu Dhabi is the safest, and that's like an hour
Okay.
from me. That's a beautiful place. Yeah.
Wow. And so is Abu Dhabi, excuse my lack of geography knowledge, is that where's Abu Dhabi?
Dhabi, so it's in the UAE, so it's about an hour. So it's in the UAE, it's in this context, it's a town, it's a city, would you say city? Yeah,
Okay.
it's a city. City or a continent, it's not a continent, no, because that would be like Oman is leaving like the state of Dubai. I don't even know myself, my geography is rubbish. But yeah, it's within there, so it's within here. Now, if you go to Oman, that's leaving, so you can do that. Or I go to Al Ain, which is still in Dubai. And here's something crazy. For years, Amanda, I always said to a friend back in the UK, we wanted to do the Route 66 in America. Always been on my vision. I want to do it. When I go to Al Ain, I did it on a Friday now. I did it all through the summer for the kids. It's Route 66 through the desert. Crazy.
Nice.
So I'll be driving in my car, right, seeing all the camels and all through the desert on Route 66, blasting my music out. How crazy is that? So yeah,
Nice.
that was as closest
Nice.
as we got to Route 66 so far.
So let's talk about where you are now. So when you went and started doing the, you know, the out meeting people and communicating and finding your tribe, what happened from that?
So from that, it's been literally a consistency thing, is showing up in different, constantly on Indeed, putting my CV out there and walking into places and having the confidence to do it. Like just going in and showing your face and asking to team teach. Again, as I said, just getting myself out there. And then I met a lady, a beautiful lady in a group that I was in, and I went along to one of her classes, and then she's introduced me to somebody else. And the woman's like to me, well, she has so many CVs come through, but she loved my aura, loved how I spoke, and we've just hit it off as well. So there's no
Nice.
coming from that. It's definitely about networking and having the courage to just do it. You know, getting out your own way, Amanda. Just thinking, do you know what? Like being resilient, having the courage and the consistency. And it's like, again, it's having the tools. When we've done the healing, like me, you say, we never stop. We always go back to, you know, we can go back to that, but it's having the tools to know how to get from that to that. Again, having the courage and the strength and stepping out of fear, letting fear get out of the way and saying, I'm showing up because I need this. I want this transformation, this little bit more for myself. You
Yeah.
know,
And we were
don't want
saying, you know, life is like this,
this.
up and down. So it's when, you know, when you're up, you find you're riding that wave and you're okay. But when you're in that dip,
Yeah.
what do you do? And if you've got those tools to help you through that, you
Yeah.
know that there'll always be light at the end of the tunnel and tomorrow's another day, because you
And
have all those days like that. And always throughout your life, it's going to be like that.
And again, it's having the right people. I mean, I've got some real close friends I've had over the years, and just even like I've lost friends since I've been here as well. It's crazy. When I went back to the UK, you get shown who people are, but that's okay. So I always think like people are on their journey, because again, when you've done the work, we know how to forgive. It's about them forgiving ourselves to forgive them, and letting them know that's their journey. But having friends as well that have been relatable, like you've been in your, like you checked up in on me, Amanda, how's things, Lynn, because you understand it. And having friends that will just check up on you, you know, there was like two friends that were like, I believe in you, Lynn, I've got this, because they've been through it themselves. And for me, it's like when you have those friends that have been there themselves, and not going, oh, you'll be all right, because everything's that, you know, how do you know? But they know because they've been there. They
Yeah.
know because they've come out the other end. They know because they've had the shit and brought themselves out. And they're still going through the shit, but they show up for themselves, because you have that bounce back, because you'll be like checking in on them. Like one of my friends said to me, have faith, I believe in you. And for me, I was like, I needed that. I needed that at that time, because I didn't believe in myself. And I'm
Yeah.
thinking, and they said to me, look, you're like a true lion, you know, you wanted it. And I was like, thank you for the reminder, because sometimes it's just that we get so down that rabbit hole that we fucking, excuse my language, I don't really like to swear, but
No, swear.
we forget who we are. And that's where the whole identity comes in. It, come on, look what you've been, then when you pull yourself up, it's like, look what I've been through, look what, you know, the violence, or, you know, as I call it, you know, when I talk about it, it's collateral damage, but we're healing. We've gone through that to evolve and get where we are. And again, it's having that interest, that one person that reminds you of that. You're like, do you know what? Thank you for that, because it's just lifted me through the roof. So keep them people close to your heart. Keep, you know, and check up in them as, or check up on them as well, because they might be having a shit day.
Yeah.
You don't just be takers, be giving as well, because that's what gets you through life.
I think giving definitely, and just being kind to everybody and understand actually looking at it from their point of view and understanding, oh, actually they're probably having a really shitty day today, and brushing it to one side because you can't change how though that person's feeling.
Yeah.
You can only react to it in a good way.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah. And love always wins. I always say, do you know, like on I hear, because after like the domestic abuse, I had so much. My son always said like that. Like I remember younger having so much hatred inside of me still because it was I was hating myself through what I'd been through, you know. And when you start to love yourself and you do that inner healing, Amanda, you know yourself. It's the journey of the loving, the talking to yourself, and the whole exercising and finding whatever your niche is, whether it be yoga, whether it be dancing, whether it be meditating. Everyone's got something, walking the woods, that they love to do. Ice bath, anything. Finding your tribe, like what you're creating, fix your future. Finding everything and finding that. That's it.
Yeah,
That's
and just creating a life that makes you happy every day.
yeah,
Something that you have to get up to in a job, what makes you smile, because we're in a job, we're at work probably 80% of the time,
yeah, yeah.
and 20% of the time is, your freedom or your weekends or whatever. But that 80%, you've got to be doing something you love, because you just waste away doing a same dead in, waiting for the weekend to come, and it's all that drudginess. But when you do something you love, you just wake up every day with a smile, ready to go, because you're passionate about that thing, whatever that thing is.
And that's me, you know. I've got my car. I know everywhere in Dubai now. I'm here, there, and everywhere. Like Dora the Explorer, meeting new people, and I'm like, this is me. This is me. Like serving people, inspiring people in what I love and what to help them. And I love it. You know, I've had some such great reviews at a gym that I was at the other day. Like it's like 7 people come out, Lyndsey, and said how amazing you were, and I'm like, oh, thanks, but it's about them. He's like, but no, you are. I'm like, I'm here for them. You
But you
know.
have to take that as well.
This
We
is
have to learn
it's
to
about
take that.
it's something that I'm not. I get a bit smoked, but still, that little thing in me, man, that I still play small poppy with. Like, oh, thanks, but yeah, and yeah, it's a thing I'm working on. Yeah,
Yeah, it's like that. I do it, I love going around the charity shops and having a good bargain hunt around the charity shops. And I have this really lovely dress, and I got so many compliments when I wear it. And then I'll go, oh, it's from a charity shop. And instead of just going, thank you.
that's exactly what I would do. I go, yeah, I've given it. I'm so honest, and people look at me like, or they go like the mirror, and I'm like, yeah, from Primark. Or yeah, you just so like chat anything because we're authentic, you know.
Yeah. Instead of just going, yes, thank you, and taking it. And that's what, I have to learn a bit more to do that as well.
Me
Um,
too. So, oh yeah. So just going like, thank you.
yeah, that's it. Instead of having to go, there's power in the pause, isn't there? There's power in that pause. And I have to learn. I am just terrible of going on and on and on and on into this story when I could just go, yes, thank you.
Yeah, I've seen one of the gyms I was at this morning, a lady posted, and I thought, I love that. She's doing the kids club and she put me time done, time for the kids. And I loved that. I thought, yes, just to even say that. Now I would have gone, I wouldn't even thought about me, which is again, but she literally quoted me time. And to have that boundary to literally say it as well, I think
Nice.
that's still something big that I've got to work on. Yeah.
Boundaries are so hard, aren't they? And sticking to them, and there's that little voice in your head going, "Go on, go on."
Yeah.
But yeah, it's hard, and we'll always have that devil in our heads
Learning
that
to
we have to fight
say,
against.
no, I'm doing me at this time. Or I'll go, oh no, I'll come and help you do that. So it
Yeah,
is something that
I've learned to, my kids asking me something, I'll get back to you in an hour or whatever. It just gives me time to have a think about things, or anything really. you know, friends asking me to go to certain places because I'm not a huge drinker anymore.
Mm.
And so going to like big event parties or things like that is not my thing anymore. So it's just kind of going, yeah, I'll get back to you or I'll let
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
Um,
I said that to my son the other day. He was like, I said, I feel like I'm here now in Dubai and I'm building my life for me again now. But that's okay. I mean, beautiful home I had at home, which I've still got, which my daughter's going to live in, which is great to my grandkids. And it's for them. For me, I just want to be a free spirit now.
yeah,
In go home and see my grandkids. Because again, I miss them dearly. But honestly, Amanda, if I'm at home for a few hours, they get bored and they're like, doing this now, Nanny. So it was only like once a week or when they wanted to see me kind of thing. But now we've got that more look because we're on FaceTime and it's more exciting to, do you know what I mean? Like for them as
nice.
well as me. Um, but yeah, I'm showing them to go off on your own and having the strength to do that. And I was, like I said, I was saying to my son, we've traveled the world. You know, we've been, and even Ty said he's been to so many places. And now I'm here, though I am in Dubai, I want to work my ass off now to get where I want to get, you know.
Yeah,
Um, if I don't have a holiday, I'll go back to the UK, obviously, to see my family. But if I don't have to go to Europe or somewhere, I've done it so much. Like you said, it's a choice. I don't want to go to do these things because I've done it so many times. I'm here for a reason now. Um, I'll say no to that event because I don't want to go because I've done it and it's not
yeah.
where I'm at. So,
Where so next steps for you? What's in your goals?
the
What's on
next
your
step,
vision board?
yeah, for me, again, lots more self love and always saying, got to work on that. And getting myself out there more, teaching, inspiring women. So that's going to be big for me here. And just evolving in that in big places, in culture.
Nice.
That's what's on the list for me on my to-do.
Oh,
Just getting
I
out there.
wish you. I know you're going to be successful. I absolutely know you're going to smash it over there. And I'm so pleased that you've got out of that dark place that you were in. And it obviously was meant to happen to push you somewhere else in a different direction,
Definitely. Mm.
clearly. So I wish you all the success. And I know that we'll keep linking up with each other, and I'll be finding out how you're doing and
Yeah.
your story. And you know, maybe in another 3 years, we can have you back, and we'll be like, wow, look at you now.
I've gave myself 2 years here. Again, will I stay in Dubai? You never know, and that's the exciting thing as well. You know, I'm living here now in a studio, but I love it. You know, we think all
I
things.
like the way that you're surrendering. You know, what will be will be.
And again, I think when we've been through so much in our life, so much adversity, so much trauma, you've got to let the reins go sometimes. You've got to go with it.
Yeah,
God definitely puts you where you're supposed to be. Always, I truly
absolutely.
believe that you are
100.
supposed to be where you're supposed to be. And your breakdowns are your breakthroughs and everything you're going through, you're evolving to inspire yourself first and others.
Yeah,
And
a
that's,
100%, 100%.
yeah.
Thank you, darling.
You're
Thank
so
you,
welcome.
beautiful lady. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you on as usual. And yeah, I'll speak to you soon.
Lots of love,
Lots
Amanda.
of
Have
love.
a good day. Take care.